Hello, friends. Today, we dive into the unbelievable story of a Native American man who may have lived to be 137 years old. His name? John Smith, also known as Old Indian. Myth? Exaggeration? Let's unravel the truth together. But first, a quick thank you to all of you who support this channel on Patreon, Boosty, or through YouTube memberships and one-time donations. If you enjoy rare stories from the edge of history, check the links in the description. Your support makes these videos possible. Now, let's begin with a strange obituary printed in the Minneapolis Morning Tribune, February 6, 1922. Cass Lake, Minnesota, February 6. John Smith, also known as Gaa-binagwiiyaas, a member of the Ojibwe tribe, who was rumored to be 137 years old, died this morning after suffering from pneumonia for 1 week. Who was John Smith? On his gravestone, the birth year reads 1784, but that's where the mystery begins. Most official documents are vague, and his true age has long been debated. What we do know is that Smith belonged to the Ojibwe, also known as the Chippewa, a native tribe from the Great Lakes region, known for fishing, fur trading, and storytelling. In fact, the word Ojibwe has been translated as those with puckered or wrinkled skin, and this may tie into how Smith got some of his names. Gaa-binagwiiyaas, meaning wrinkled meat, and another, slays as he walks. He was born near Cass Lake, Minnesota, known at the time as Red Cedar Lake, and lived most of his life fishing its waters. While he had occasional conflicts with the Sioux, he insisted that he never raised a weapon against white settlers. A life of simplicity, mystery, and fame. Smith lived humbly. He was reportedly married up to 8 times, though he admitted he never found anyone who could replace his first wife. Surprisingly, he never had biological children, only one adopted son, named Tom, who cared for him in his final months. In his later years, the construction of a Great Northern Railway line near Cass Lake brought John unexpected fame. Tourists traveling through the area were intrigued by his unique appearance, deeply wrinkled skin, stooped posture, and quiet presence. Seizing the opportunity, Smith began selling postcards and photographs of himself, dressed in both native and Western outfits, often labeled with ages like 137 years old. He became a local legend, traveling for free on trains, staying in hotel suites, though he always slept on the floor, and becoming a symbol of the wild frontier. Contrary to some claims, he was never a tribal chief, though he was well respected and was repeatedly offered the role, which he politely declined. He remained a fisherman at heart, walking miles daily, carrying nothing but a small satchel, walking stick, and his pipe, which he smoked for most of his life. Despite that, his health remained astonishingly strong. Hit by a rail car at 1:30. One of the most unbelievable tales comes from around 1914. Smith, said to be over 130 years old, was hit by a motorized rail car. Locals feared the worst, but he was back on his feet in 3 weeks, reportedly without a single broken bone. His mind remained sharp until the end. He often spoke about battles between the Ojibwe and Sioux, claimed to remember the War of 1812. He said he met General Lewis Cass's expedition in 1820. In 1914, he even converted to Catholicism, and so was buried in the Cass Lake Catholic Cemetery, without traditional Ojibwe rites. How old was he really? Determining Smith's true age is nearly impossible. The Ojibwe didn't measure time with modern calendars, but with events. According to witness Paul Buffalo, Smith once said he was 7 or 10 years old when the stars fell. That event likely refers to the Leonid meteor shower of 1833, meaning Smith may have been born around 1823 to 1826, not 1784. That would place him closer to 100 years old at death. Still impressive, but not 137. The U.S. Indian Bureau claimed he was about 88 years old, citing health records and interviews. Some historians suggest he may have exaggerated his age to increase postcard sales, and it clearly worked. Interestingly, many said Smith's skin became wrinkled and cracked after a severe illness in midlife, a possible explanation for his dramatic appearance and nickname wrinkled meat. Others point to genetic conditions and intermarriage within some Ojibwe clans, which could account for early aging symptoms. Photos of other native elders, such as the Assiniboine man Blackbelly, show similar facial features, lending weight to the idea that Smith's look was unusual, but not supernatural. Final thoughts. John Smith was buried beneath a simple marker that reads, born 1784, died 1922, age 137. Was it true? Probably not. But even if he added decades to his age, there's no doubt he lived through 3 centuries, witnessed the changing of a nation, and turned his life into a living legend. Some say he was the last man alive from the 1700s. Whether myth or fact, Old Indian John Smith remains one of the most fascinating figures of the American frontier. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, my friend. There are many unique stories ahead for you.